Buenos dias, this is Kaypacha knocking out another Pele report. This one is for June 10th of 2015, and the moon is now in Aries, sun is in Gemini, living for the city, and we're going to have a new moon in Gemini coming up. I'm going to get to that, yeah. It's pretty tripped out. Next week is the new moon on Tuesday at 25 degrees of Gemini. But in the meantime, right now the moon is in Aries, because this is Wednesday the 10th. Friday, she goes into Taurus, and on Sunday, she goes into Gemini. Finally moving, into that new moon at 25 Gemini on Tuesday. The great news, I think, for so many people now is that Mercury is going to go direct. Oh yeah, on Thursday, tomorrow, we're going to have a nice direct Mercury. Thank heavens. Friday, Neptune goes retrograde. So as soon as Mercury goes direct, Neptune goes retrograde. Interesting phenomenon. But the big thing that's going on really now is that the Sun is conjunct Mars all week, moving through Gemini, okay, in a T-square, with what I talked about, I believe, last week was Black Moon Lilith opposite Chiron. Black Moon Lilith in Virgo, opposite Chiron at 21 degrees of Pisces, and then the Sun and Mars moving right through 21 degrees of Gemini makes what we call a T-square in astrology. So, anyway, I'm coming down here. I'm in the park. As you can see, the guys are working here. We have some beautiful flowers I wanted to show you over here. Anyway, there's a beautiful flower bed. And the nice thing about living in the tropics is that there's always something blooming somewhere all the time. Here is another beautiful, beautiful. And this is what Gemini is about. Gemini is curious, looking, searching, examining, connecting to the immediate environment of the now. And there's just so much out there. Let me just walk around here. You can look at these flowers instead of my face for a little bit. But the other amazing, great thing going on right now is Jupiter trining Uranus. And this is pretty big. I was going to talk about it in the main body of the report. But this Jupiter trine Uranus first came around last September of 2014. Jupiter trined Uranus from Leo over to Uranus and Aries. Then it went retrograde, and it came back in March. So we had this retrograde Jupiter trining Uranus in March. And now, for the third and final pass, Jupiter is coming around again. Yeah? And it's exactly trine like next week, but it's trine right now. It's trine this week. It's amazing. And I want to talk about that, so I think I'm going to just find a nice spot here where I can look at the camera. Bye. Okay. Hola once again. Hope the gardeners don't kick me out of the garden here. Hola. So, the use of astrology is so broad and wide, from medical astrology to horary astrology to mundane, financial, soul, spiritual. We can look at many different dimensions of astrology, but it is really the study of time, cycles, evolution. All evolution occurs through cycles. There's a time and a season for everything under heaven. And astrology just shows us the best times for, you know, expanding, contracting, doing this, doing that, doing the other thing. And what we've got going on here now is the Sun conjunct Mars, moving through the sign of Gemini, and the Moon coming around through Aries, Taurus, into Gemini for a new moon in Gemini. And let's look at Gemini a little bit. This is the time for Gemini. That's what astrology is saying. And Gemini is change. It's the air sign, mutable air. Nothing changes faster than Gemini. Sometimes Geminis get in trouble for changing their mind or changing what they said yesterday so fast it appears to be a deceit or lying or, you know, kind of illusion. They can change so fast. Every new bit of information that comes into a Gemini, you know, changes their outlook, changes their mind. They have to expand their mind to absorb the new information and change the perspective. We're all being asked now to examine, to use our left brain, to look at and analyze, you know, and move into new ways of looking at our environment, our neighborhood, our work, our job, our relationships, the way that we communicate. It has a lot to do with our attitude. And it's so much about, you know, this Eckhart Tolle, be here now. Gemini is what is here now. That's why it's the city. It's your immediate neighborhood and your next door neighbors. And this can be a time when Mars, like your neighbors are bothering you, or you're having arguments with your neighbors or your siblings, you know, arguments and fighting with your siblings. This is just like, you know, this immediate environment that we are in is stimulating us. Yes, through the ears, through the eyes, through, yeah, I mean, it's just like, whoa, we are really connected. It's like Gemini says, look at what's right in front of the tip of your nose. You know? Sagittarius is the far future. Okay? Pisces Chiron is this big, huge, infinite potential. But Gemini is like right here, right now. And it can be a challenge to be here now. It's like you have to lay down your burdens. You have to let go of your shame, let go of your guilt, let go of, you know, your belief systems and your filters, and really be totally here now. This is like a definition of enlightenment, yeah? Awakening. Yes, I am totally here now. I'm not thinking about some. I'm not judging you. I'm not da-da-da. I am experiencing this moment 100%. And what does that require? Yeah? That requires trusting yourself. You can't let go of control or your rules or your judgments or any of that and totally be in the now unless you fully and completely trust that, you know what, you're going to do the right thing. You're going to make the right choice. You're going to say the right thing. You're not going to overreact. You're going to, it's like I have to know myself and trust myself in order to let go of all my controls and my beliefs and my judgments and my goals, you know, in the future and, you know, all that stuff, in order to like fully be my truth here now. So it's a challenge. The other challenge that we could say with the Sun conjunct Mars, in astrology they call it combust. When the Sun is conjunct, yeah, any planet, Mercury, Venus, Mars happens more often, but then when every year it'll come around Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, and when the Sun, you know, joins with a planet. In the old days they called it, you know, it was kind of detrimental. Let's really look at it because, and you can look at this in your natal birth charts too if you've got the Sun conjunct a planet. It's like the Sun is your core. It's your truth. It's your identity. It's who I am. And when it's conjoined with another planet, there can be a little bit of a confusion. Yeah? They're not this separation. They're united. They're joined together. When the sun is conjunct Mars, it's like, I am light, love, beauty, harmony, strength, whatever. But when it's conjunct Mars, I am a warrior. I am angry. I am my desires. I am willful. Mars is my will. Am I my will? Well, my will is a part of my I, but I'm a lot more than my will. When the sun's conjunct Mercury, I am my thoughts. Well, I can confuse my total self for just what I'm thinking or speaking or talking or reading or hearing, yeah? Venus, yeah? You know, I am, you know, I need love and I need partnership, I need money, it's like, you know, what I'm attracted to. I am, you know, my attractions. I am, you know, this Venusian, you know, a goddess of, you know, indulgence and like, you know, preciousness of my body and nature and the earth. There can be this like, you know, so let's come back to the now. The now is the sun conjunct Mars, and this is a time when you can be overly aggressive, overly assertive, you know, speaking your point of view and what you have read and what you know and what you've decided. And it's the sun radiates, and Mars is also radiating masculine. And so this is a time when it can be hard to listen. It can be hard to slow down. It can be hard to receive because it's like combust, like the combustion engine. It's like go, 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 ah! And that's why the square to Black Moon, Lilith, and Virgo, Black Moon, Lilith, and Virgo says, get your shit together, do it right. Purify it, perfect it. You know, it's an earth sign. Slow down and really go into it powerfully, yeah? And Chiron in Pisces, yeah, you know, is about healing this wound of separation and abandonment from all that is. Well, you know, Sun Mars is I am me and my way, and I am, you know, a separate entity. I am unique. I am powerful. It can be, you know, in the realm of ego. So it's square to this, you know, healing that separation from the infinite. So it's this tricky time where I want to encourage, it's a time to investigate, to, you know, to really go into, to speak and to communicate. And the trine from Jupiter to Uranus is it's a creative, I mean, it's like, this is a week where you can blow off all the stops. Jupiter trine Uranus, Sun conjunct Mars, Mercury goes direct. It's like, phew, man, I've been hanging out waiting for so long and having all kinds of obstacles and blocks and challenges. And I mean, we've been through, you know, some challenging months here lately. And this is a time where it's like, yeah, baby, boom, go for it. It's happening. This is like this can be an awesome week. Venus moved into Leo. We've got, you know, they've got some really beautiful aspects going on. And the only thing is to like the horse that's been stuck in the corral for too long. You know, you open the gate and the horse just bolts. So our tendency now can be just to bolt. Too fast, too much, don't think about it, just act, just talk without, you know, feeling or listening to, you know, the situation, whatever, yeah? So it's just, if you can exercise a little bit of patience and a little bit of, you know, self-control, tremendous strides and progress can be made this week. So go for it, do it, make it happen. It's awesome. And the other aspect, of course, is that Gemini is the teacher, the speaker, the writer, the traveler, the multicultural integrator. It's just like maintain. This is a time of getting out and getting into. It's not a time for apathy. It's not a time for hanging back, holding back, who cares, let the next guy worry about it, I've got too much work, or I'm too burdened, or I'm blah, 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 blah. It's time to be proactive, come out, believe in the self, love the self, and expand the self. Yeah? So, you got to get out of the victim, hermit, self-pity, apathy, wish I was on another planet where everything is nicer. And come on out charging, man, and make it nicer. Share your truth, share your beauty, shine your light. So, the mantra for this week is really, my friend, you are a teacher. That is clear to see. Remember that the master of any art grows with curiosity. It's taking an interest. It's being curious, being interested. I'm interested in astrology. I love it. So I get into it more and more and more and more. Picasso was into painting, and Beethoven into music, and Einstein into mathematics and physics. It's like, to get into something, it takes interest. It takes curiosity. And Gemini is curiosity. So this new moon in Gemini, something new, a new person, a new teacher, a new hobby, somebody new moves into your neighborhood, but there's something life is like bringing you, and it's like, I encourage you, be curious, yeah? And look behind and look through and look under. And this like really adds, yeah, to the excitement of living. And we're all teachers. So my friend, you are a teacher. That is clear to see. And just remember that to master any art grows with curiosity. I may actually change that by the time I write it down. I've been messing around with all kinds of different mantras. The last two lines are a little funky. You might want to check the YouTube of how I write it instead of how I'm saying it, because I might change it on the way home. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.